Hola, this is Alex. Welcome back to my channel. And this is week 4 of my WEGOVY journey. So this week obviously was the last week on the 0.25, the initial dosage of WEGOVY, and I lost £4. So that was 7, 0, 4 and 4. So altogether I lost £15 in 4 weeks, which is, I'm really pleased with. I mean, I as I said last week at the beginning, I was hoping for the full 2 stone, full 25 pounds, but £15 I'll take it, and it's fine. Because really, I feel as though I've lost much more. I feel like I look like I've lost much more. I really feel that I've lost a lot of weight on my face already. And I know they talk about the Ozempic face, the WEGOVY face, but I can feel it, not just here, but also, like I can feel my cheekbones. And also like the back of my neck, which was starting to get a little bit, I think if I could sort of do a little bit of crease of fat, and I don't have any of that now. Like my arms, I can feel my shoulder bones. I'm starting to think that I'm getting a little bit of the skin, which is not pleasant, but it's not too bad. But none of this, I didn't have any of that. So I really think that even though I've only lost £15, which is not an insignificant amount, I know, but it is, in the grand scheme of things, it's probably about just 5 or 6%, I think, something like that, of my total weight. But I feel like I'm losing weight more than that £15. I've lost 3 inches around my waist. That was the only measurement I actually took. But that one's 3 inches. I'm wearing a ring that, I was wearing a ring that I couldn't get on. My legs, even the bottoms of my legs, my calves, I think are feeling more bony. The upper parts of my thighs, the outside of my thighs, I've got that line. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, that line you can that goes from your knee upwards down the side of your leg. I'm not going to show you. I will one day, but not at the moment. And I do feel altogether lighter, because when I started putting all the weight back on, I'd lost nearly 4 stone, and it went back on relatively quickly, or 2 and a bit stone of it did anyway. But suddenly, it seemed like overnight, you feel the weight on your bones. You get up in the middle of the night, and you can feel that extra weight. And the way I always describe it to people who don't have any idea about losing weight and how much weight actually is, but I think I lost about 23 kilograms. Something like that, 23 kilograms I think I lost. And it was, when I think of 20 kilograms, it's really hard to imagine it. But when you go on holiday and you have your suitcase and your maximum weight is 20 kilograms, and you have to struggle to get that into the car or onto the baggage thing or onto anything, it's heavy. It's a significant weight. And imagine that on your bones, carrying that around okay, it's distributed better, but carrying that on your bones all the time. So of course, all this, when you've lost that and then suddenly it goes back on, that weight is, you say, oh my God, I've got that weight on me again. But now, even though it's not that much, even though it's only, I think it's about 6 kilograms I've lost, about 6 kilograms over, which is the small hand luggage. That's what I'm thinking. It's kind of that one. I can feel lighter already. And again, with everything I say, there's always this question mark in my mind. How much of it is actual physical, is real, and how much of it is psychological? How much it is because I'm feeling lighter in myself? So it's manifested, you imagine that it's actual physical, when it's actually emotional. And we'll never know the answer to that. We only with hindsight can you really tell that. So yes, that's where I am at the end of the 4th week. Definitely feeling physically better. And this is the thing that I wanted to go. I'm going to see if I can do a bit of an edit and put a before and after. I mean, you'll be able to see it with the thumbnails anyway, but I really think that I have lost a lot of weight on my face, and that's the big thing. So that's that. And then looking forward to the next month. So I had my consultation yesterday morning with the international doctor that I do online. So again, flies. You book a consultation, a telephone call, basically, and she asks she asked me how I had been the previous week, the previous month. Now, my initial consultation, it turned out it was with a nurse, but this time it was actually with the Spanish doctor. So she asked me how I got on. She asked me about my side effects. She asked me, basic questions, which you'd expect. And I gave her probably more information than she even needed, about, there was this, I had these 3 or 4 days when I had side effects, but there was one question I did have for her because last week I was ill for 2 days. I had 2 days where I just couldn't really move, and I didn't want food at all. I was very lightheaded, I had no energy, but I was aching all over. My joints were aching and my muscles. Not terrible, but enough to make me think I don't want to move. I don't want to do anything. I made myself have some breakfast, like a piece of toast. I made myself cook a little bit of just plain chicken, but the smell of the chicken for in the evening, I hadn't eaten anything all day. But the smell of the chicken was there was no way I could ever eat that. So the cats ended up having that. And that lasted for 2 days. But again, it's the question, is that the drug, or is that just stuff I got, you're still going to get ill. And I was fine the day after. So it literally was just these 2 days. And she said that the aches and the pains are nothing to do with WEGOVY. It's not a side effect at all. So it was a bug. Whether or not that then affected, the WEGOVY affected my ability to eat, I don't know. It might have made it a little bit worse. But as far as I must have had a virus of some kind, just a 48-hour virus. So anyway, that was the only question I had for her. And she just prescribed me the next dose, which is the 0.5 on the WEGOVY. I know it's different. I keep saying that because I know it's different on Mounjaro. I think they're different. I think it's 2.5 as opposed to 0.25. And so anyway, I collected that yesterday. And what I had decided to do was, initially my injection was a Tuesday evening and I weighed on the Wednesday morning. But it just seems alien to me. It needs to be Monday morning. It's ridiculous, but it just seems strange. So I have gradually brought it forward. So last week I took my injection instead of Tuesday evening. I took it Tuesday morning, and this week I took it Monday evening. So and then I weighed Tuesday morning. Today I weighed this morning. So yes, so my weight 256 from 271.15 pounds. But I woke up this morning, and breakfast is always I wake up, even with all this in the last month with the food noise diminishing, I still woke up thinking breakfast. First thing I want to do is eat my breakfast. And it's usually egg on toast, something warm. And I woke up this morning and is it psychological because I know I'm on a higher dose, but I just didn't want it. I didn't want anything. I made myself eat a little bit of brown toast with just a bit of butter on, just so I had something, because I think that I would have probably felt ill if I hadn't. And that was it. And I'm not feeling hungry now. And also the food noise is diminished. So we'll wait and see now, because by Sunday evening, which was the end of my 4th week, I wanted a piece of cheese on toast. It was there, and it was persistent, and I was not hungry, but it was niggling. So I'm hoping that that's the thing now that's going to change. And it certainly feels like it today. It feels like the food noise is much less. I have less interest in food. When I'm eating, I just didn't want to I almost left half the small piece of toast. So that's basically it. I'm looking forward to this month now. And I'll keep you informed. Obviously, that's what I'm doing. But I hope everybody else that's on this journey is enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, I think, for the most part. I feel it's the best thing that I could have possibly done. I'm really pleased. I do worry about the money, but then you think it comes down all the time to quantity rather than quality of life rather than quantity of life. I was talking to a really close friend of mine who's not well at all, and And that's that's a real revelation when you think, well, it's not about how long you're going to live, it's about the best life you can. And if I really can't afford to do this, my money is finite, but my father is helping me, and I think it will make things much better. It will. We talk about this magic bullet, and it's not a magic bullet, but it feels like that at the moment. Frightening that you've got to be on it always. I am worried about everybody who's having struggles in Britain with the Monjaro. I think that's an awful worry. We talked on last week about them getting you hooked on this thing and then upping the price, and then it's not just, for some people, it's not just becoming more expensive, it's becoming an impossibility. And then it's oh my God, the emotions with that, I can imagine. When you've got your hopes, you've put all your hopes into this now, and it's starting to look positive, and suddenly the rug is pulled from out under you. And then, of course, the worry at the moment for everybody is that they can't even get hold of them, that the supplies are so scarce now, because people are trying to stockpile before the beginning of September. So I'm thinking of you. I mean, I don't have that problem here. Spain's it's not an issue. We're paying more anyway at the moment, to start with. So it's certainly not a problem for me, but I do my thoughts are with you also. God, that sounds like it's some kind of hurricane season or something, but you know what I mean. I'm aware of how that would feel. So anyway, that's going to be it for today, and thank you for listening again. I haven't said it before, but please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.